What if we could rediscover the world's most mysterious Dhammazedi Bell and return it to the Sri Lankan Pagoda? I asked my brother some curious questions about this bell, as well as the other bells. What is this bell and what is the history behind this bell?
This bell is located here in Yangon on the Sri Lankan Pagoda, and the name of this bell is the single bell. And it's known for being stolen by the British during the 17th century. This was cast by the single king himself. That's why it's named after him. There's also another bell on this Sri Lankan Pagoda named the Dhammazedi Ming Bell, which means the Dhammazedi King's Bell.
This is the Dhammazedi Bell, named after the Dhammazedi king who funded to make this.
There are two bells that were stolen by foreigners, foreign invaders and foreign intruders. This is also included. This bell is stolen, but it wasn't fully stolen, since when they tried to carry that, it was too big, it was too dense for the raft to carry it. So, as you can, these are the marks that are left because they had to carry it back onto land. So this is the marks that are left on the ground, probably like chipped off by the sand, by the ground while carrying it. It's almost 200 years old, over 200 years old.
Since you mentioned earlier about this being one of the two bells that was stolen from Myanmar, could you tell me what the other bell is?
The other bell name is Dhammazedi Bell. It was stolen a period before this bell was stolen, and it was built and casted and originally located on the Sri Lankan Pagoda, and the name suggests that it was built by the Dhammazedi king himself. Many bells, the three bells, are named after the kings that built them or the funding the building of the three bells. During the reign of the Dhammazedi king, citizens gave a lot of tax in terms of bronze, and he himself didn't want these amount of tax to be given to him, since this is a very huge amount. But he wanted them to give it all back to the citizens. But the citizens said to them, allegedly, this is how the story goes, that the king should use it appropriately, use it for good, for the appropriate time, for the appropriate things, instead of giving that back, because they don't want it anymore. So giving it to them. So the king used the taxpayer money, the bronze, to cast a bell that was is said to be the largest in the world. It is bigger than the Mingang Bell by 3 times in terms of its mass. But the Mingang Bell weighs about 90 tons, and the Dhammazedi Bell is said to be 3 times heavier than that.
How was the Dhammazedi Bell stolen?
In the historical text, it was said that it was stolen by a Portuguese invader. But they didn't succeed, since the raft that they're trying to carry this thing on, the raft they're using to carry the Dhammazedi Bell was too weak, too fragile to support the weight of the Dhammazedi Bell. When they tried to steal it, it ended up sinking to the river.
And where was this bell lost?
The Dhammazedi Bell was said to be lost in the Yangon River, but in recent times, in 2012, the NASA image showed us that it was in the cross-section between 3 rivers, the Yangon River, the Pagoda River, and the Bazong River. It was said to be right in the cross-section between these different rivers, and there was many attempts to get the Dhammazedi Bell out of that river, but many failed. I think there was an attempt to get this bell during 2014, but they didn't succeed. There are also many mysteries and legends around the bell. Some believe that it's a myth, some believe that there's a dragon or a celestial being guarding the bell. That's why we won't be able to get the bell.
Since it's protected? I see. Do you think we'd ever find the Dhammazedi Bell if we tried enough?
It's not about trying, it's about having the resources. It's about having the resources to fund the projects. People need to know that the Dhammazedi Bell is real, and then you will be able to lift it, but you need support in terms of money, in terms of the people, and in terms of technology. We have very advanced technology, but we need money to buy those technology, and we need support retrieving the bell, or the fundraising of a certain organization to carry out the task of retrieving the bell.
Very big bell.
Since it will cost a lot of equipment and technology, and the bell itself weighs a lot of tons. So we need strong equipment and good equipment and support of the people. And there's also the myth, the so-called stories behind it, where there are celestial beings guarding the bell. So some people might not want people to retrieve it, but I think most of the Buddhist community want to retrieve the bell and put it on the Sri Pagoda once again.
If we have the supplies and resources to retrieve the bell, why should we retrieve it, and what could be the benefits of that?
If we have enough resources and supply to retrieve that bell, we'll be able to have one of, or if not the largest bell in the world on Sri Pagoda in our country. We'll be able to retrieve one of the lost cultural heritage.
Do you think the Dhammazedi Bell could be re-established at the Sri Pagoda in the future? Do you believe it is possible? I am So Angel. Thank you for watching.